What's up, it's cinemashogun here, and I bet some of you are wondering, why haven't I heard anything new about Britney Spears' book? It's been out for a while now, and sure, you heard about Justin Timberlake, and then you heard that crazy story about Justin Timberlake, and yeah, I know those crazy details came out about Justin Timberlake. But that's about it, right? I know some of you are waiting, wondering, when are we going to hear the juicy details about the conservatorship? When are we going to hear those deep, dark secrets that we were promised would be in this book? Well, folks, it's nowhere to be found. I mean, if you want to see or read Britney Spears and her ghostwriter take shots at Justin Timberlake, oh, this is the book for you. But if you wanted real details about the conservatorship, if you were expecting something else, you're not going to get it. In fact, I would say, in my opinion, this has to be one of the biggest waste of times in my life. And I know some of you may feel differently, but in the long run, I really feel like this book was not only uninteresting, like there's nothing entertaining about this book for me, but for two, I know that Britney Spears is an unreliable narrator. You see, you don't get the truth with Britney Spears. You get her truth, not the truth. And Britney Spears' truth is basically her putting a spin on real life events, putting a spin that always makes her out to be the victim. Putting a spin on real life events that always make everyone else look like the villain. You either get that or you get totally made up, fabricated details. You get things that never happened. Details that Britney creates in her mind to make other people look bad and to, I guess, make herself look better. But all in all, I would say that the true purpose of this book for Britney, and I don't think this was originally the plan, but the bitterness in her heart. She took her own book, and this was supposed to be like a love letter to her fans, letting them know different details about what was happening behind the scenes as they fought for her freedom, but she couldn't help herself. She basically turned this book into a way to publicly smear Justin Timberlake. If anything, this book was not oh, the woman in me, let me spill my heart out about what happened to me. This book was a revenge. This book was her revenge against Justin Timberlake. Because I think Britney's not happy about where her life went. And she looks at Justin and she much rather have the life that Justin is living right now. But I always found it weird in the early days, in the first couple of days and the week leading up to this book release, that we weren't really hearing about anything but these random details about Justin Timberlake. The biggest thing in this book was the abortion. We're not going to get into that. But the other biggest thing that came out of this book was that Justin Timberlake said, faux shiz to Genuwine. Britney Spears said Justin Timberlake would put on a black scent and he would try to use slang and try to act hip and cool around Genuwine and other hip-hop artists. Well, the only problem is, folks, Genuwine has now spoken out about this. He says Britney Spears is a liar. He doesn't ever remember that happening at all. You see, Britney Spears in her book, she tries to put a spin on it. She says that, you know, the Backstreet Boys were this white group that were trying to cater to more of a white audience, but that NSYNC, they wanted to get in with black artists. And in all reality, it's just the little bit of racism inside of Britney that's spewing this nonsense. But yeah, the second biggest detail out of this book was about this faux shiz thing, and everyone's been dragging Justin Timberlake for over a month about this. But it turns out it never happened. Genuwine has no problem with Justin Timberlake. They were okay. Never happened. So, it's one thing to include stories and details about your life in your memoir. It's another thing when you turn your memoir into a hit piece against an ex-boyfriend that you dated when you were 18 or 19 years old. But that's what this turned into. I mean, I would find, if I put out a memoir about myself, and the only thing people were talking about and the only things that made headlines were details about someone else, I would feel kind of bad. Because you would think this book is all about Britney. This is Britney's moment. But what did you hear about Britney in the release of this book? Nothing. You heard about Justin this, Justin that, Justin that. And now, one of the biggest details from this book that blew up that everyone was talking about, the first had to do with Justin and the abortion. The second, Justin and the black scent faux shiz story. Now we know that's not true. And I'm telling you right now, if someone would go so far as to fabricate these very fake, weird details, then what else would they be lying about? If we can't believe these random stories about Justin Timberlake saying faux shiz, then what could we possibly believe? If she would make that up, obviously she would make other things up that actually mattered. And the funniest part about all of this is, as everyone was making fun of Justin Timberlake for being corny, for saying faux shiz and stuff like that, the reality is that never happened. Those are words that came out of Britney's mind. So when you think, oh, Justin Timberlake was corny for trying to fit in with these hip-hop artists, no. In Britney's mind, she thinks faux shiz is still a hip slang word that people use. So if you want to call Justin Timberlake corny for what you thought he said, how do you feel about Britney? How corny is Britney now? Knowing that Britney created this story and these are the words she chose to use. Because in Britney's mind, in her little house where she spins around her dog turds, words like for shiz and stuff like that, that's still used in the modern day. Wasn't it about a year or so ago she accused her ex of smoking just as much weed as Ludacris and stuff like that, as if Ludacris has been a relevant rap artist in recent history? So, I just think it's funny that one of the main things that dominated the headlines coming out of Britney's book has now been verified as false. Genuwine himself went ahead and fact-checked it like a freaking X Twitter post. Bam. Bam. But I told you all from the beginning that Britney lies. She is a straight up, like, pathological liar. She lies on a whole different level than someone that just, you know, tells little white lies here and there. Half of the things you hear out of her mouth are fabricated details. Details that I don't know if she even believes herself or not. I don't know. I do believe that she's crazy enough that she believes the lies that she tells. And we've seen it before, like when the guy at the fast food restaurant asked her if she was okay, and then she put him on blast in front of 40 million people and snapped on him and went berserk on this guy for asking if she was okay because she was having a mental breakdown, crying at the Carl's Jr. while ordering a milkshake and fries. Yes, that really happened. That is not a joke. But yeah, there we have it, folks. One of the biggest details out of the book is now confirmed false. Just about everything that I've read in the book was a complete load of garbage. There were details in the book that you know Britney had no clue what she was talking about. Other things were basically stuff that you can look up on Wikipedia. All in all, a waste of time, and now we know it's a sack of lies. That's basically what this book is. But hey, if you had a good time laughing at Justin Timberlake about saying, faux shiz, Genuwine, faux shiz, Genuwine, then have yourself a good laugh at Britney tonight. Because this is a story that she created in her brain and decided to put it in print. And if you ask me, maybe Justin Timberlake should sue her ass. But anyways, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. If you're feeling generous and you want to support the channel, you can do so directly via Cash App. I will have my Cash App in the pinned comment of this video. Or you can support the channel via Super Thanks. Or you can help the channel in multiple ways for free. By liking the video, subscribing, commenting, ringing that notification bell, and all of that good stuff. But with that being said, I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.